Howdy everybody out there in YouTube land. This is amateur artist Mark D. Chandler once again from Manland out here at the Junkyard Bushcraft Camp. Once again, gonna get me another fire started because I got a little cooking episode I want to do. But first, I gotta start my fire. And back when we had that ice storm and me and Wee Wee got out there and started doing some cleanup after the ice had melted and everything. Well, this is a cedar nest. Not something I put together. It was actually a huge thing, and some critters have decided to make a nest for me. Talk about me being lazy. It's fully dried, and I'm going to use this as an actual bushcraft technique. It's an actual nest made out of cedar particles. I mean, it is some fine material. This time I have my actual magnifying glass. It's such a pretty day. I love solar ignition, so let's give this a go. Once it's lit, I'm going to put it over here in my bushcraft grill, junkyard bushcraft grill. Let's get that sunlight directly in there somewhere. Get where you can see it in the center of the camera. And there's a spot. You got to do this on the flat part of the surface there. Getting it all nice and dark and charred and smoking pretty good. Actually, I think it's about ready to go. Maybe, maybe not. Looks like my smoke's going out. There we go. Alright, let me set this magnifying glass down. Get this thing around where I can see what I'm doing. Like I said, this took no effort at all. I didn't have to collect anything. Okay, while it's a-flaming, put it in the grill over here. Already got me some wood and stuff here together. This is part of old pine here. Dry rotted. And don't worry, I'm not putting it out. That's what I love about this cedar stuff, man. It's something else to behold. It's pretty cool stuff. And like I say, nature put it together for me. I think the rats may have done it, the tree rats anyway. That had to be squirrels. And it may have actually been birds that did this. Who knows? Now that right there ought to catch up pretty decently. Yeah. Hey, if you got shards of pine, you know, you may not want to cook on it, but it'll help you get your fire started. So that's kind of what I've got going on here. You may be asking yourself, what in the world have you got on the table, Manland? Well, pretty much what I have is some Mississippi cane pole. Because we don't actually have bamboo here in the state of Mississippi, but we do have one of its cousins. And I do refer to it as Mississippi bamboo. And so, well, here we go. This right here is my Aracord USA neck knife, and this, of course, is the Bosch folding saw that I got from Jiu-Jitsu 2000. So technically what I've done, well not technically but practically as well, is to take a piece of this here cane pole, cut it off on this end, this way. This section here is absolutely sealed. Then I cut here and here, and then took the neck knife and carefully batoned it where it snapped off, drilled a hole in the top, attached that piece of thin bamboo little sticky thing. Yeah, so now I have a pot grabber lid thingy, and that's pretty much what it is. Just slides through. Just pull it back into place. It'll hold itself. And right here in this area, I notched it just ever so carefully, not all the way through, just barely notched it. See, it don't come through there. And did the same thing on this side as a quick reference to know where I need to place my lid, because this is the way it originally came off, and it fits on there fairly snugly. It don't seal tightly, but it works. And the reason why these knobs here are here on the bottom, well, that is just because Keeps it from rolling around on the table while I show it to you. That's what it's all for. Now, my shadow's going to be in the way. I apologize for that, folks. And we'll try to stand on this side and keep the shadow off. But inside that there piece of Mississippi bamboo, I've already got some crab oil. That's the powdered stuff. And my intentions is to add some water to this thing. And I'm going to see what I can do here without making too big of a mess. Now I got me a piece of bamboo stick here, just to kind of use this right here to kind of stir it around a little bit. I got myself a little frozen fillet of tilapia, and I cut it into very narrow strips, and you can see why. And I'm adding this here to the crab boiling water mixture. If I have too much liquid in there, I'm going to overflow this thing, but I'm thinking it's going to be kind of close. Because once I level it up in the fire, it's going to be about like that. Okay, too much water, I'm going to pour some out. Just a bit. Got a little bit poured out. Now I got me some raw shrimp. And this is going to be a little tricky because the shrimp is also still frozen. So I'm going to try to pack that puppy in there if yeah, they're all good and curled up there, aren't they? Get this here tilapia back out of the way. The smoke is not going to work with me here, but I got to set it up for the camera so y'all can see what's going on. Woo, 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 woo. That fire is hot. Now, do you see the problem associated with this particular design? Well, it is a design flaw, but unfortunately, this is the only piece I had to work with. I don't actually have a stem that grows out this way, otherwise I would have cut it and used it as a handle to pick the whole thing up. I don't have that. I didn't have a solid piece of Mississippi cane pole to do that with. That was still thick enough to make this work. So this is what I got to work with. That's why there ain't no handle there. Because this is a dry piece of Mississippi bamboo, it wanted to catch on fire. And I had to actually douse a little bit of water across there to kind of knock the coals down just a bit, because this is a super hot fire. Oh, there we go. Now we got a good little boiling action going on. Oh yeah. That right there is doing its thing. That's kind of fun to look at too. Don't that pretty. I don't know about y'all, but from here, that thing's smelling pretty daggum good. Let me zoom in here and see if I can't capture a little bit of that lid removal, which is barely still on there right now. That lid was there just to help the water to boil and to keep the ashes out. But you can see this part right here swelled, which caused the lid not to really fit on there too well, and the fact that the shrimp curled up. And that right there, he's looking juicy. Man, that's looking good. Good and red. I'm going to try it first, after it cools off a bit. That shrimp is cooled down enough to where I can actually hold it pretty decently. And this is basically raw shrimp that has been deveined, and deveined only, and it's headless. So let me give this right here. I can do that. I'm out here at the Manland Bushcraft Camp. Ain't got no bears out here. Just dogs and cats. And them vicious squirrels. Oh man. Let's see. Looking pretty daggum good. Looking pretty daggum good right there. I don't think it's soaked long enough, but let's see. and spicy. That was too much crab boil in that little container. Whew. It's hot. That ain't heat hot either. That's spicy hot. Woo! Here's a little piece of that there tilapia. One strip. I had 4. And let's see if this right here is done. Oh yeah. Man, it's a little too spicy hot for some reason. I wonder why. But that has a very good flavor. Not undercooked at all. That is delish. I got some more in the pot. I'm gonna grab them out. Another shrimp and a piece of that there tilapia out here at the Junkyard Bushcraft Camp. And man, I'm telling you, that Zatarain's, that Louisiana brand, that stuff's got some kick. I overdid it with the heat, and that was just straight out the package, nothing else added to it. But right now, the shrimp is a little bit tough because it's overcooked somewhat. Yeah. But still mighty fine and edible. Tilapia. As soon as the car goes by good. Fully cooked. And full of that daggum shrimp boil. Shrimp and crab boil. Oh my goodness. Hey, my first time doing it. Didn't know how much to add in that little container. But well worth it. Wow, that's good. So until next time, this is amateur artist Martin D. Chandler once again from Manland. Try not to say that with your mouth full. So until next time, this is... So... My goodness. I'm not a Cajun. So until next time, this is amateur artist Martin D. Chandler once again from Manland, wishing you and y'all a very happy YouTube experience out there. And remember this. I ain't gonna do another retake. I'm not a Cajun. I'm from Mississippi. That was well worth it, I think. Where's my drink?